Welcome to AccioJob's YouTube channel, and today we have Kishan with us, and he's going to be sharing his inspiring journey. He's also coming from an orthodox background to get into the IT industry, and has always been sort of interested and keen into coding, and that is why he pursued the journey with us, and now is working as a software developer with Hexaview. So let's get to Kishan and understand how his journey went first of all. So Kishan, give us a brief introduction about where are you coming from, what did you do, what was your college like, what did you study, after that what did you pursue, and how did AccioJob happen for you?
So I was born and brought up here in Raipur, Chattisgarh, and my basic schooling was done in Raipur itself, and in 2014 I enrolled in mechanical engineering. So after my graduation I was more curious which direction I should go, and I was not getting more placement towards in the technical or core field. So I started my journey, my career as a marketing executive in a advertisement company. So that was Marshwari, and there I worked for 2 years. So after that I wanted more things, I want to see myself in a good place. I enrolled myself in MBA in media management, and then slightly my interest towards this programming and development grew more. So I was checking out what courses I can pursue, so that I will be learning more things related to the development and programming. I saw in the internet that AccioJob is providing full stack web development. That was the good thing. So I started my journey there, and I enrolled in AccioJob, and that was the first step of my journey towards the IT sector. So I started learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript and React. I made projects using those technologies. I learned DSA, SQL, all those things. I put all my efforts towards learning, and the first thing is that I need to be more consistency. So what I was doing, the class was from 8 to 11. I just at the next day I was just seeing all the recording parts, and whatever the Rohan sir was doing, I was just going through that. I was made those replica of that project. So it was a good thing to learn, because it is time when you don't know about the HTML, CSS, JavaScript part. So it was you will not get that much easily. So that time I was repeating all those things, so it was easy after that I can get the things clearly, and I made projects using those technologies, like a lot of things I done. And then finally in October I got a final call from Hexaview that I am placed as an MTS, and they are offering me a good package, and I am very thankful to the AccioJob that they helped me out a lot of things. I will thank you to Yash sir and also Harshit and Vasu was there, Lakshis was there. So all the team focusing on my growth and my career and all those things, they helped me a lot, and thanks to all.
Perfect, yeah. I have a lot of questions, right? Listening to this journey, it's a fairly unorthodox career path, right? So would like to understand in a little bit more detail. So you did your BTech Mechanical Engineering 2018.
Yeah.
So why did you choose Mechanical Engineering?
Actually, that was a slogan at the time, 2014, when I took admission in mechanical. So that was the slogan, like Royal Mechanical kind of things.
I know it. I'm from Royal Mechanical as well.
So Macho Mechanical, Royal Mechanical, that slogan was going on that time. So that's why that taking mechanical was more comfortable at that time, and most of the friend was choosing the mechanical part. So at that time in the 12th, you will not aware of those things, like which branch you should go and what the career opportunity is there in that field. So that time I took mechanical branch.
Got it, understood. And when you were graduating from mechanical,
Yeah.
what were the opportunities like? What did your batchmates who were in Royal Mechanical with you getting? And what was your hindsight thought then? Because I have faced a similar journey, so I know. What were you thinking during graduation? Why did I take mechanical?
Actually, one of my friend was doing internship, and that was like he's getting only 5,000 as an internship. And after that he completed the internship, the thing was that he was not placed there and he was removed from that company. So the scenario, I was facing the same scenario. I was chosen for simplex casting, and the thing was happening like you just have to go there and do the job in just 10 to 12,000 a month. So that just doesn't justify for whatever I have done during the mechanical part. So the scenario was so I choose marketing field instead of this mechanical field.
So what was your work like in those 2 years of marketing with Maheshwari?
Actually, we was doing vendorship there. So doing like you just need the franchisee types of T-shirt printing and all the hoardings part, mobile hoardings, and all the promotion. If you talk about the ATL, BTL, TTL, all the kind of promotion we were doing there.
So then what made you think that okay, why not continue in this line and keep growing in marketing? Why did you think of pursuing MBA? Because if you thought of pursuing MBA, that means you were serious about this career opportunity. And then suddenly switching back to IT sector and programming. So I want to understand your thought process.
Okay. So what happened is like the pandemic hit all the people like they are in the marketing and in the like field work. Whoever they are in the field work, so all the people were hit by the pandemic, and same scenario happened with me. Then I took like I wanted to recognize more in my company, and I was not getting recognized by whatever I was doing. I was not getting recognized. So I chose MBA part because I wanted to work as a manager, a junior manager, whatever kind of things they can provide. So I just wanted to get more recognition. So that's why I chose MBA at that time. Then this took me more clear to the IT field, like how the infrastructure works, like client server infrastructure, cloud native infrastructure. There is a lot of infrastructure in the IT. Like before it was only the client and server, but now the cloud native architecture is more famous. Okay, so these things like I was getting more like whatever we learn in CS part, it all the field is being implemented in the in the office. Like I am learning in mechanical, like I am solving the Laplace transform. Okay, there is no any use in the field. Okay, but when I learn like object-oriented programming or Java, like JVM, how the JVM works, so all the things is related to when you come to the industry, and you will learn this thing, whatever you learn in your curriculum, so all will help you out.
Got it.
So these things, the interest towards this programming and development grew more, and then that's how I come to the IT.
So you were graduating from your MBA in 2022.
Yeah.
You enrolled in 2020 after the COVID pandemic started.
During the COVID, the thing was going on, and then I took admission in MBA.
You joined AccioJob in end of 2021.
Yeah.
Got it. So you enrolled in the December batch in 2021. And then when did you get your job offer from Hexaview?
In October 2022, I got the offer.
So it took 10 months for Kishan, lot of hard work, lot of effort, definitely. Got it, yeah. But this is a very interesting journey from mechanical to marketing executive to MBA to now a software developer. Perfect, yeah. I think you bring in a lot of experience and exposure at least, right? And I'm sure all of that will account for and help somewhere on the job. Got it, yeah. Very interesting. Let's deep dive a little bit more about the AccioJob journey, right? So learned a lot from Rohan sir, Harshit, Lakshit, Vasu. Everyone was really cooperative. Got those parts. What kind of projects did you build in front end? How was learning DSA like? How did you plan your day with your MBA going on?
So basically, at the first time, you will not be able to get what they are teaching. Okay, so what I was doing at the first month, they were teaching HTML, div part, and all the part like how the anchor tag work, when you will use the image tag. So all the things I was repeating. All the things, like I was giving 5 hours extra to learn these things, and then that's how I started learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then sometime I tried to make my own project, implement my own logic, my own design. So that's how I made project using React. What I was doing, I was just focusing on more basics on DSA, like string and array, because sometimes you will not be able to solve the array problem the question comes in a different way, like you will not be able to get the logic, grasp the logic. So I was focusing more like how I am able to get what the question is being asked. So that was the thing. So I was focusing on same types of question, and my basic DSA was that's how I was preparing for my DSA. And then like AccioJob portal itself helped me a lot to solve my query regarding the DSA part. And also along with I was learning SQL, so that if any backend company comes to, like I was selected for the backend company, and then I will be able to say, like I will be able to perform good in SQL as well.
Got it. Understood. Yeah, amazing. That's great to hear. Of course, it's a lot of patience and persistence and getting your hands dirty and implementing it, right? That is when you will actually polish yourself. And 40 plus projects is not a joke, right? He's actually built out, maybe he started with some basic clones, looking at YouTube projects where he can get help. But even then, when you actually implement it yourself and run it, you will still run into some minor issues which you will have to figure out yourselves. And slowly and steadily, once you gain that confidence, you will be able to come out with a new idea, and you will be able to think through that, okay, this is something which I am capable of building end to end. And then you will go out there and build that project yourself as well, right? So great job here. I think actually getting hands dirty and building out these projects is what gives people the most amount of confidence. Got it, yeah. Tell me a little bit about how the placements went and how were the mock interviews like, right?
Like once I remember I scheduled my HR interview with AccioJob. That was a mock interview. So I performed very low. Like the performance was very bad. The thing was, he asked me some question. I still know this answer, but I was not able to answer those questions. And thus the things happen in the real time interview. So I realized that I need to focus more on HR part, like HR questions. So like a mock interview gives you the real face, like what I am facing and what I make mistake during the interview. So this mock interview helped me a lot. I've done also the technical interview, the front end interview, the back end interview, like the DSA interview, and HR interview. So these all mock interview helped me a lot. DSA was my DSA was good, but I need to focus more on that thing. So I was doing my best. Whatever they tell me to do something, so I was focusing that thing, and that helped me a lot.
Got it here. Very interesting. Perfect. So now that you have joined Hexaview since October, almost been 3 months, how is that journey going? What are they making you work on? Also, please share a little bit about the Hexaview process for you, right? That how was the interview process and selection process with Hexaview for you?
Okay. So firstly, I got added to the WhatsApp group. So there I thought that my resume was selected for the company, and there we were about 150 plus candidates were there. Then in the coder byte, I got DSA question. There was 2 DSA question, and we have to solve in 1 hour. And then first question was very easy. I solved it in 15 minutes only. But the second question was a little tricky. It was a kind of backtracking question. I took time of it took me at least half an hour. Like 15 minutes were only remaining at the time. So then I realized that it will be solved using backtracking, and I solved that question, and it not all the test cases, but some of the test cases was failed, but test cases was passed. So that's how then they selected 15 people. I don't remember the exact figure, but 15 people were selected from the coding round. And then there was 3 rounds during the interview round. So first round was basic, they were asking some little bit of DSA and some object-oriented programming, how the Java works, kind of things, and also the basics of SQL. And the second round was very interesting. Like they asked me 40 plus questions, and literally it was like 2 hours of interview, and the thing was going very long. Like I was started my interview at 7 p.m. and it was going till 9. So 40 plus question was a lot. Like there was a DSA question, some syntax question, some SQL question, and then some concept question like how the object oriented programming works and static block kind of things. So they asked me a lot from the Java and SQL. And then the final round was very easy. Like he asked me, you are doing your MBA, then why you want to join development part? So it was my answer that I'm more interested towards this development. So I want to continue my journey towards this. So he's satisfied with my answer, and then they selected me. And I got a call from Vasu first, and he told me that you were selected as an MTS.
Got it. Perfect. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm sure everyone at home is also happy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that was an amazing journey from Kishan. I'm sure that was inspiring for a lot of people, right? Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you're curious about, you put in consistent effort, work hard towards it, gain the relevant skills, and you will definitely crack something, right? To end it, one last question for Kishan, right? If you were to give an advice to upcoming AccioJob students or AccioJob students who are already studying with us also, what would that be from looking at your entire journey and the learnings you got from it?
Okay, so the main thing is that like when you start learning, it will be more confident because you can see only the success story of the people like me. Okay, but you will not be able to see the hard work like what I have done. Okay, so what will happen, like you just started learning, you know the due part, how the HTML work, how the CSS work, how the JavaScript work, and then you will think that okay, I am capable of interview and then I will be selected. But this is not the scenario. Like sometime you will stuck in somewhere in JavaScript, sometime you will stuck in CSS part. So these things happen. You have to be consistent and you just have to focus on more learning. Like you just have to be very greedy and very hungry for the knowledge. So that is the thing. And the second thing is you just need to maintain the consistency. Like I just want to learn three hours in a day. So just you have to give 3 hours in a day. Like no matter what is going on, no matter you will fall sick, no matter you are going somewhere just to enjoy with your family. So if you're going out, so just subtract those 3 hours, like add those 3 hours to the another day and keep learning.
Amazing, yeah, that's very well thought out advice, right? I think what we mentioned is super important for any person starting their journey, and I also tell this in my orientation session here, that there are 2 things which you'll definitely need. One is consistent effort for sure, because it's a long journey. You will have to be patient, you will have to be persistent. So definitely consistency is needed. And second aspect is curiosity and that hunger to actually learn things, right? So you will have to put in that effort and you will have to create that mindset for yourself that I want to maximize my learning. Very well pointed out by Kishan. And those 2 things, and if those 2 things are there and you are trusting the process with AccioJob, because we are doing this for the same purpose as the student is doing it, right? We want to equip them with the industry relevant skills and actually get them placed. And sometimes students might get impatient, right? Might be frustrated because hunting for a job, it's a long and mentally tedious process as well, for sure. But then you got to trust the process, you got to stay at it. And the skills which you are learning are super relevant in the industry. There are literally lakhs of job openings, right? So great takeaways from talking to Kishan and hearing his journey out. And I'm sure this was inspiring for a lot of people, whatever background you're coming from. I think the mindset is super important. On that note, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And thank you, Kishan, for sharing your entire journey and your advice. See you all soon. Before we leave, do like, share this journey with your friends as well, and do subscribe to our channel. We'll keep coming out with more such stories to inspire all of you guys and actually provide you with value to kickstart your career towards the tech sector, right? So all the best. See you soon. Thank you.